Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Tonight, we embark on a 24-day journey, beginning on today, December 1st, 2020. We are going to have a new video every day of December until Christmas, maybe even Christmas, who knows? I don't know if I'm gangster enough. What I do know is that Dan and Damon from the Minnesota Whiskey Elite reached out to me and they were like, Porter? And I was like, what's up, brothers? And they were like, you want to do an advent calendar? And I was like, you sign me up in permanent marker and then circle it in permanent marker and then tattoo it to your forehead, because abso-friggin-lutely I'm in. They sent me this fancy box. It's like a box with a slippity slidey thing on it, like that. It's got my logo, technology etched into it with super high technology powers. So if you're a member of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite, you're gonna have to watch this schlubby schlub tell you what you're drinking every day of December. Lucky you. America. 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 Since we're drinking for a club called the Whiskey Elite, I feel like it's only proper for me to swirl this sucker in the most elite fashion on the planet. Counterclockwise. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this advent calendar. Let's hope I don't screw it up too bad. Pretty sweet. Sweet cherries, a little bit of maple on there. A touch of oak, not a lot of oak influence on this bugger, but there's some there. Color looks fairly dark. Looks pretty dark, I would say. Oh, now the oak is starting to jump out a little bit. Like the scary guy on Halloween from behind the bushes wants to steal your children. Ah! I'm like, no! And he's like, sorry. I thought your children were alone. I'm like, no way, it's Halloween. I go with them. And he's like, I'll wait for the next kid. And I'm like, thank goodness I was with them. Friggin' jumping out. Charred, sugary grill grate. Right there. With cherries and maple. Down the hatch for day number 1. Whew. Here we go. Ooh. Oh wow. It's taking a peanut turn. Taking a bit of a peanut turn. It's a nutty bugger. It's a nutty gal. A little bit of a nutty mother. Huh. What's that? Is that Heaven Hill or interesting? Friggin' interesting. Back to the nose. Oh, now the nuttiness is jumping out of the nose after I tasted it. Now I'm getting like a mapley peanut butter. A mapley butter. Maple butter. Can I smell that? Smell it? Get the nuts on there? Higher proof. Over 100. Don't think it's extra aged. Let's go for another sip. Hallelujah! Oh, wow, the finish is really nutty. It is too much nuts. It's peanutty and drying and sawdusty on the finish. Day 1. I score this glass a bad score. C-. I don't really like it. Sorry. Whiskey Elite, day number 1. America. A hallelujah. No kidding. Okay. On the first day of Advent, the Minnesota Elite Whiskey sent to me Larsemy BP. Larsemy Barrel Proof Batch C920, 122.4 proof. That about does it for day number 1. But stay tuned. 23 more days remain. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. And this was Advent day number 1. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on being a nice little boy or girl so that Santa brings you all the bourbon. Because you know he wants to keep it for himself. He pretends that he's all giving and everything, But realistically, you know he likes bourbon. And if he had any reason to keep it, to drink for himself, he'd do it.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is December 2nd. That means it's day 2 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar, which I'm revealing for the members of the group. So, if you want to know what you're drinking, you have to watch this video. Sorry. Day 2. America. Hope everybody is having a wonderful December so far. We're 2 days into December. We're only 23 days away from the big guy shoving his big ass down your little chimney. So let's lube that sucker up and just hope for the best. Because, you know, it's 2020. What's going to happen? Probably chimney's going to collapse, causing big problems, big issues. Soot and shit and geez Louise. Give it a good swirl, everybody. If you're drinking along with me, give it a swirl. Just swirl the son of a bitch like you've never swirled the son of a bitch a day in your life. And just spin it. Like DJ Matt Porter. That's me. Just skipping in CDs or whatever you do as a DJ. And then you just stop and smell it. And think about it. Analyzing, deciphering. Red licorice and pepper. If you had, you've got a bag of Australian red licorice here, and also a peppered beef stick here, and because you went to the gas station and you couldn't decide on a snack, but you're holding them both open in one hand, you take a sniff. You're like, yes, peppered Australian red licorice beef stick. Right there, suckers. Right there. Maybe a little raspberry on there. Little raspberry. Red fruits coming through hard on here. Coming through. They're gentle though. They're coming through hard but gentle. Yes. Dare I say a thimbleberry? Dare I go that far to say thimbleberry? I might just do it. Little light brown sugar. Not dark but light. Light brown sugar. Maybe even a white table sugar. It's a sweet nose. She's a sweet gal. She's a real sweetie pie. Now let's find out what day number 2 tastes like. Here we go. What the heck? Wow. What the mother? Okay, still going. Color. Not quite. Color is lighter than... Wow. It's a heavy lifter. That's a power lifting Olympic athlete that smells so sweet. But she is so strong. And she could lift the moon with her tricep. Without any help from anything else. Just her tricep. It's weird because the nose on this, to me, right now is pretty light. Pretty red fruity. Little sweetness. But then the palate is just on another level. The nose is like Taylor Swift perfume. Or what I would imagine Taylor Swift to smell like. The palate is like Kevin James and Shaq had a baby, and the baby grew up to be the big strong son of Kevin James and Shaq. Maybe it's a rye. Oh man. Maybe it's a rye. Man, that's interesting. I think that is a rye whiskey, though. I think that's a rye. It's really beating up the back of my tongue ski. I wonder if this is like a finished rye whiskey. Could it be a finished rye whiskey? Possibly. Possibly a finished rye. That's what I'm thinking at a high proof, too. Dare I say, A barrel proof rye finished whiskey? What the heck am I drinking? All I know is this is good. I like this a lot. I think it's a high proof rye, possibly finished. There's a very woodsy taste to this. Not like an oak tree or a pine tree or it's some sort of damn tree. Maybe like a cedar tree. It kind of tastes like Menards. Like you were strolling through Menards and decided to stop for a taste of Menards. If Menards made a whiskey, this would taste like it. And I like it because it's good. It's a B+. Day 2 gets a B+. Now let's find out what the hell it is. Is this a barrel proof rye? Or am I just a stupid idiot guy? Well, could be both. Day 2 is... The hell? Tumble and Dice. Okay. Tumble and Dice Sip and Gamble Single Barrel. Heavy Rye Mash Bill. MGP 108.7 proof. Okay. That is a super interesting. Huh. Cool. Weird. My name is Matt and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds but your mind on rolling the dice. Taking a chance. Tumble the dice. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. You might roll double nines or something. Who's to say? But I do know this. That if you don't roll them, you never know what's going to happen. So roll them sons of bitches and find out. And if nothing happens, then sorry about that.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day 3 of the blind advent calendar sent to me by the Minnesota Whiskey Elite. It's another beautiful day in December. The third day in December. Time to get down to the business of getting down. 5, 3, America. Given it's a swirl session, the old swirl ski. Gotta get it dizzy. Gotta get the whiskey dizzy. A dizzy whiskey's a good whiskey, especially in December when it's lethargic and cold and tired. You gotta wake it up. You gotta give it a good spin job. You gotta say, hey, what are you doing with your life? Come on, wake up a little bit. Get out there. Get out there. Put your resume out there, bitch. Spin it. Gotta spin it. Gotta spin it to win it. Gotta spin it to win it. And you smell it. That is really different. The heck is that? This is craft. This is a craft whiskey. I'm telling you right now. A craft whiskey. Like a single malt or some shit. It's got, what the heck? Or Texas. Wow. The more I put my nose in it, the less I want to put my nose in it. She's a potent bugger. Color, dark. It's like a... It's smoky, but not smoky. It's like a sweet smoke. Not like a peat whiskey, but like a maple smoke or something like that. Like a kind of like a campfirey. There are some like macadamia nut. There's like a light brininess to it, like a salted macadamia nut. Oh, a salted Brazil nut. Little suntan lotion. Getting a little suntan lotion off this son of a bitch. Little citrus. A little orange peel, maybe. Some like rubber. There's a little bit of rubber on that. A little bit of rubber. Like an adhesive rubber. Maybe like a caulk. It smells like caulking a little bit. Or some sort of like rubber cement. Gonna go ahead and say it. Day 3. This is my least favorite nose so far. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I love everything, because I don't love everything. I love a lot of whiskey, I do. I freaking love stuff, I do. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like everything is up my alley. And the nose on this, not up my alley. The nose on this is a little bit like, what the heck am I, what is this? What is it? I don't know. Oh, maybe it's like one of those mini barrels. Maybe it's aged in a small barrel. Crafty, small barrels or Texas or something something going on here. There's something going on here that doesn't lead me down the road of delight. I don't think I've ever had what's in this glass before, so that's a good thing. Let's learn some new stuff. Down the hatch. Here we go. Day 3. That is weird. What the heck is that? That's like mesquite and barbecuey and like charred McChar, but not extra. It's like a young whiskey with heavy barrel char, but it's also like really sweet, like candy sweet, barrel char, barbecue. I like the palate a lot more than I like the nose. I'll tell you that much. I can't stop smelling it, even though I'm not a huge fan of the nose. I gotta keep smelling it, I guess. Slightly over 100 proof, like 100, I'll say 109 proof. 109, 110 proof. Some toffee on there as well. It's like a score bar. You guys remember the score bar? It's like dark chocolate toffee. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm getting. That's what this is. It's a friggin' score bar. There, I just nailed it. There, suck on that. Tasting out. It's a score bar. But it's like a charred score bar that you took out of the fire. This is one of the pours where I neither love it or hate it. I'd have to be in the right mood for this, for sure. It's not a daily drinking thing. It's not something you're just going to go to and be like, this is what I drink. It's not. This is something that you pour for somebody because it's different, it's unique, it's something that you crave once in a while. It's something that you're like, oh, I'll change it up and have this. This is some sort of a craft distillery bourbon. Let's find out what this unique son of a bitch is. The grade for day 3, B-. I give day 3 a B-. Opening it is Down Home Toasted Barrel Bourbon Batch 2. 110 proof. I nailed the proof 100%. I said 110 proof. For some reason, I'm not a gigantic fan of toasted barrels. I don't know why. I guess that's kind of what I got on the nose of this. Did I nail it perfectly? Parts of it. Am I an idiot for not nailing everything? No. But I'm still an idiot. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. And like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on caroling. Every day, you walk up to your neighbor's house. You knock on the door from 6 feet away, wearing 6 masks, and you mumble Christmas songs through them with your friends and family who are also 6 feet away from you. Good night.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Tonight, whatever the heck is happening outside, I don't even know. Today is the 4th of December, and it is the 4th day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. Dan and Damon sent me this son of a bitch, and they were like, hey, we want you to taste along with our group and reveal the day's pours in video format. And I was like, format? And they were like, yes. And I was like, I can do that. And that's what we're doing. Day 4, December 4th, Advent Calendar in my hand. America. Let's see if Damon and Dan on day 4 brought some excitement to the box. We're spinning it, we're swirling it. We have no idea what we're twirling in it, but we do know that a dizzy whiskey is what? A good whiskey. So we get it spun, we spin it up, we friggin' spin it, spin cycle, double spin cycle, spin it faster, then smell it. Huh. Interesting. Caramels, nougat. This immediately reminds me of the Three Musketeers bar. Milk chocolate, nougat, milk chocolate, and nougat. Oh, now the spice is kicking up a little bit. Little rye toast on here. A little bit of a rye toast. There's a hint of mint. There's a hint of mint on there too. Very, very pleasant nose so far. Very Christmassy nose. It's day 4 of December. You get into your Subaru Legacy and you start it. It's like, and you're like, come on. And then it goes, and it starts, but it's revving really high. It revs really high because it's like, and you're like, wow, it's so loud. And then you like try to get the windshield wipers to work, and you crank the windshield wipers, and then they go, and they stick because they're frozen to the windshield, and you're like, son of a bitch. And you try to reach out of your window to try to pull it, but you can't. So you gotta get out of the car, and then like break loose the windshield wipers yourself. And then you have to wait for like 6 minutes before you get a hole this big in the windshield of ice so that you can see where you're going. And then you hope that nobody kills you on the road. This whiskey reminds me of days like that. A nice pour for when you get home from being frozen. Now it's starting to get a little interesting here. A little bit of the caramel sweetness is kicking up on day 4. There's a little bit of a nutty aspect to it. A little bit of nuts. Maybe like a pecan or pecant. The nose is revealing itself. It's revealing itself slowly, like a striptease. And you're like, come on. No, not yet. And you're like, okay. Cheers. Bing. Down the hatch. Wow. What the hell is that? Is that Journeyman Wheat Whiskey? I think that's Journeyman Wheat Whiskey. Wow. All right. What the hell is this? What the heck are we drinking here? The taste was overwhelmingly proofy and like grainy. A grainy taste. Like maybe a wheat whiskey, or I don't think it was a corn whiskey. Could be a corn. No, I think it's like this reminds me of like a journeyman wheated whiskey. A journeyman wheat whiskey, a little bit. So strange, so weird, so unique. Wow. It's a powerful bugger. She's hot. She comes in hot. She pulls into the parking lot going about 60 and into the parking space going about 45, and you're like, did you have to come in that hot? And then whatever's in this glass was like, couldn't help it. It's just how I drive. Little cherry on the nose now, a little bit of a cherry. Whatever the hell is day 4 is also weird. It's not a traditional pour. Again, day 4, not a traditional pour. A barrel strength wheat whiskey maybe? But I think that what I'm sipping here is, again, a unique pour, not something super common, something that isn't necessarily on everybody's shelf. Day number 4. Put it there. Put it there. Put it there. No shit, really? Okay. This is Maker's Mark Private Select Minnesota Whiskey Elite 112.5 proof stave selection, 1 baked American Pure 2, 4 seared French Cuvée, 4 Maker's 46, and 1 roasted French Mocha. It's crazy how to me personally, I think it's crazy how these staves can change a whiskey so much. And in this case, I believe it did. I believe that this is one heck of a different pour. And I forgot to grade it, but I was going to say B. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. And like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on rejoicing in the holiday spirit, making someone's day, telling people that you love them, telling people how much they mean to you, giving people a thumbs up, a slap on the ass, a pat on the back, a wink, a high five, knucks, all from 6 feet away, and just give and love and smile and talk about gingerbread. Amen.com/can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day 5 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. I hope you are all having a wonderful December. I am. It's friggin' December. That means Christmas is coming. 20 more sleeps before Santa comes. I think that's the math. I'm so ready to do this. Glencairn, day 5. America. So far, in this Advent calendar has been awesome. I've been drinking things I haven't drank before, if that makes sense. I have tried some new stuff, some new things. If you'll notice, this isn't the same place I was shooting at before. No, this is a different place. We're back up at the North Pole. Yeah, that's right, way up north, where the snow flies and so do the reindeer. That's right, the cold tundra, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We back, bitches. Day number 5. Banana? Like a banana bread? Yes, banana bread strong up in here. Right? A slightly overcooked banana bread on here. Little bit of like a clove maybe? No. Am I thinking of, no, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Little nutmeg by an open fire. It's freezing in here. Just gotta warm myself a little bit. Gotta stay warm here at the North Pole. This reminds me of like a Brown-Forman product, like an Old Forester or a Jack Daniels maybe. A little bit of like a gingerbread cookie on the end. Am I just thinking Christmas stuff, or well, I don't know. Like you walked into a bakery with your sack of bananas and your sack of bread, and you were like, I would like you, bakery, to combine these bananas and this bread into something delicious. And they were like, that's exactly what bakeries do. We take your stuff and we put it together to make it delicious. Friggin' bakeries. The best. I am fairly confident that what I'm smelling is like a Brown-Forman product. Pretty sure. It's got the characteristics of Brown-Forman. Characteristically speaking. Not to sound out of character, but I'm pretty confident that this might be Old Forester, probably? Maybe? Whoa. Okay. Ooh. Hello. Whoa, hello. That changed gears nicely. That was, what the heck is that? It's like you're getting there's like a heavy barrel char on this that I'm getting throughout the entire palate, all the way on the finish. The finish is still finishing with a barrel char. Like it's just so black and charry. You know what I mean? Like you just poke it with your finger and it just falls apart because that's the way my mouth feels right now. throughout that as well, though. I mean, the banana bread kind of comes through on the palate. There's a slight bit of, like, I call it red wine. It's like a tannic, like a red wine tannic thing that happens on Jack Daniel's products that I drink, especially the barrel proof stuff. This has a slight bit of that, and I'm wondering if this is a Jack Daniel's product. Oh, maybe like one of their heritage barrels, possibly. That's so weird. There's something that happens right here in your mouth when you take a sip. It's like the left side of the tongue and then top of the kind of pokes there for a second with like it's got to be that char that's getting me there. But so good. If I had to guess, probably around 100 proof. 100 proof. That's my guess. 100 proof on the old guess meter. The chard just really hangs around. The char does. The banana bread that was slightly overcooked is now burnt. You didn't take it out of the oven, idiot. Friggin' idiot. When it's done, it's done. When you start to smell it, you need to start paying attention to it. When you start smelling Bernie McBurnerson, that means you get your ass to the oven and you grab it with your bare hands if you have to, and you take it out yourself, because nobody likes a charry McChar banana bread, unless of course it's in a bourbon form, which this is. So congratulations, you're not an idiot, you're super smart. Are you the smartest person on the planet? I don't know. Let's ask the smartest person on the planet. I think he might be. I think he might be. That's all I have to say about that, because this is really friggin' good. Is this a Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel? This is either a Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel or like one of the Whiskey Row series Old Foresters, like the Bottled and Bond, right? Because 100 proof. So what's that, 1897, I think? So let's find out what we are drinking on day number 5. That's German. Deutsch. Ja. Here she be. Day number 5. Oh, I never graded it. Before we open the envelope, I have to give it a grade. This is strictly based on taste, nose, palate, finish, you know. I don't know the price of this bottle. I don't know if it's hard to get or easy to get. All I know is what it smells and tastes like. So, with that being said, my letter grade for this Brown-Forman product, see how confident I am in that, is, it's an A-. It's really good. It's really freaking good. I dig it. I dig that. This has been my favorite pour so far. And it is no. Son of a bee sting. Old Forester 1915. Old Forester 1915. 50% 1910, 50% 1920, 104 proof. I am a genius. Did I get the bottle right? No, I did not. I didn't. But I nailed everything else like a friggin' carpenter. My name is Matty Claus. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on staying warm by a digital fireplace and staying in the season of greetings by saying greetings even when you are saying goodbye, which I'm doing right now. So, bye and greetings.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day 6 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. It's the 6th day of December, and if you can say 6th day of December 10 times fast, then you've got better lips than me. Or do you? Probably not. Probably the best lips in the game. Day 6. America. Get in there. Huh. Glancing here, just by looks alone, I would say that what is in this glass is different. The color is very light. It's a very light color on here. It is the color of watered down melted caramel. The only way to make money in the caramel business is by cutting it with water, I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it was true, this makes a lot of sense. Maybe this is watered down caramel. What do you guys think? Not exactly the oldest bourbon on the block. Weird. Actually, he never said these were all bourbons. This could be an Irish whiskey or a Scotch whiskey. I hope not. I should have. Damn it, I should have asked. Alright, we'll find out. Give it a spin. Give it a swirl job. An SJ is the way to call it. Just get it dizzy. Get it real funky and spun up. Make sure it couldn't walk straight when you're done with it. Not because it's drunk, but because it got spun in 700 circles at 6,500 RPM. That's how fast I spin it. I counted before on my fingers. Okay, that is weirdly different. That is not Scotch or Irish whiskey. That's not what that is. What the heck? This smells like light brown sugar. Poured a bag of light brown sugar on the table, and you put a straw to your nose, and you were like just doing lines of brown sugar. For whatever reason, you would do that. Because you're a sugar addict, and you can't stop. You can't be stopped. Brown sugar, a little bit of peppermint. There's almost a bit of a candy cane note in there. Oh, you know those sticks that have the rock candy on them? The rock candy sticks that you'd get at wherever, like a candy shop, like a gourmet candy shop. They make rock candy. A friggin' purple rock candy. This smells so good, but it's so different colored. I don't know. I gotta taste it. Down the hatch. Good grief. That was a big sip. And that is tremendous. If I were Harry Carey, and Harry Carey loved whiskey, and Harry Carey sipped this, he would say, holy cow, that's a delicious bourbon. This is a very high proof, like 130? 135? Hear me out. The palate, the nose and the palate are so sweet. But there's a lingering something that's a little bit spicy and almost a little bit savory, which is strange because it's so sweet. But I love it. Based on the color of this son of a gun. Based on the nose, which is extremely candy, and then the palate is in fuego. She's smoking hot. She's centerfold hot. With all that being said, I don't believe I am drinking a Scotch, an Irish whiskey. I don't believe I'm drinking a bourbon or a rye whiskey. I think this is a light whiskey. Oh, that's candy right up my alley. That is so good. That grape rock candy, and you just sprinkled a bunch of pepper on it, like a fresh cracked pepper, onto your rock candy. And if you just tasted the rock candy, that's what this is. It's extremely alcohol-powered purple rock candy with fresh ground pepper. Whatever is in this glass gets an A. It's an A. Is it an A plus? No, because you have to leave room for an A plus. But whatever is in here is definitely an A. This is right up my alley. This is amazing stuff. It's wonderful. If you don't like this, then you're crazy. You're a crazy person, and you should be put in crazy person hell, whatever that means. I can't be right all the time, but I'm right some of the time. And I know that I'm right about this, that this is really good. Final grade, an A. This is my favorite so far. My favorite of the bunch so far is number 6. She gets an A. The results are in. It's day number 6. I was right. This is the highest proof beverage I've ever drank. I've never had anything this high proof, ever. But it is amazing. This is amazing. This is Optanium Light Whiskey. That comes. I know. I just made an Optanium Bourbon review, so that's so cool. This is Optanium Light Whiskey from Cat's Eye Distillery in Bettendorf, Iowa, I think. And if it's not Bettendorf, it's something else. But if I'm a betting man, I'd say Bettendorf. 147 proof MGP 14-year-old light whiskey. Damn, that's good. 147. It's like my resting heart rate. I need to get a bottle of this. I need a bottle. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. And like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on maybe, instead of eating regular cookies, eating light cookies. Because they could be 147 proof. And the frosting might be even sweeter than what you would imagine. And it might get you more slammed. Slam happy, slam ding dong, or something. Slow ho ho. I don't know, no.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day 7. Day 7 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. My job is to drink the whiskey in the sample bottle and then to talk about it. Give my notes. Give a grade. That's what I've been doing. Giving notes, giving a grade, and then revealing to the rest of the group what I'm drinking. And it only took me 2 days to screw it up. Literally took me 2 days. Do I claim to be a genius? Not all the time. Once in a while, I'll let it slip and I'll reveal the fact that I'm an actual genius. Unfortunately, that's not true. Unfortunately, I'm the opposite of a genius. I am a dum-dum head, trapped in a genius body. And by genius, I mean fat suit. I am just down on myself because I screwed up. I screwed the pooch. I did something bad. I did something so bad. And you'll never forgive me. This was day number 2. Can you see it? Does it focus? Can you focus it? Guess what? It's not day number 2. It was actually day number 7. Son of a bitch. This is day number 2. But do you see where I screwed up? Do you see where I screwed up? They look alike. They look so much alike that I didn't. Whatever tasting notes I gave you for day number 2, wrong. They were wrong. Because we were drinking something different than me. Today on day number 7, I'll be drinking what you were drinking on day number 2. An idiot. Stupid idiot. Idiot. Just a small flub up. Just a small mistake. Nothing to get upset about. Nothing to tell Santa Claus about. He's not to know of this. It was a simple mistake. So sorry. So sorry. So tonight, when I do the reveal, I'll tell you what you're drinking. And then if you want my tasting notes for what you're drinking on day number 7, then you're going to have to go back and watch number 2's video. If you want to know my actual tasting notes for day number 2, then you're in the right place, because that's what I'm drinking right now. I'm a bonehead. It's my sad face. My sad, poor face. Little red licorice. Little red licorice. Little cherry. Like a Luden's Cough Drop cherry. It's got kind of like a Fig Newton. Like a cherry Fig Newton smell to it. It's like a nice baked cherry Fig Newton. Little raspberries popping out now. Little raspberry. So there's lots of red fruits on here. Lots of red fruits, which reminds me of MGP. Oh, I think that that's right. This has got to be the Tumble and Dice. That's what day number 2 was. Tumble and Dice. Oh, wow. Okay. That's really good. What the heck? Weird. That was weird. The nose on this is pretty soft. But then the palate just takes off like a rocket ship of cherry goodness. That was like a cherry pie. That was a cherry pie. And I've never got cherry pie on a bourbon before until now. At the very end, you get like a little bit of youngness, like a little bit of young note from this bourbon. Just a little bit of youngness, like a little bit of greenness. But before that was an explosion of cherry pie, cherry cobbler maybe. So that was, wow. I'm impressed with this. That's really good. Oh man. The second sip is nowhere near the experience of the first sip. The first sip is like, you know what though? The finish, it comes back. The second time you sip it, it's not as strong on the palate. Then it kind of dissipates, but then comes back. It comes back hard, like an ex-girlfriend when she finds out that you still have her credit card and that you bought so many things with it, like Domino's pizza for 6 weeks straight. I grade this a B+. Really good, super solid. Friggin' liked it. I liked it a lot. Now let's see what you drank tonight and what I drank on day number 2. I know. This couldn't have gone any better, right? What you are drinking today and what I drank on day number 2 is and was Wilderness Trail Rye. Wilderness Trail Rye, Binny's single barrel, 4 years old, 116 proof. I love rye whiskey, and I'm pretty sure that when I drank this, I called it a rye whiskey. Pretty sure. Unless I didn't, in which case I'm an idiot. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on knowing the difference between the number 7 and the number 2 when the 2's upside down. Because that could save you some trouble when you need to know the difference. Just make a note of that. .com.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 8 of the Whiskey Elite Blind Whiskey Advent Calendar. And I didn't screw this up today. I didn't. It's number 8. No matter which way you flip it. Upside down, downside up, left side right, right side left. It's all the same. It is day number 8. And I feel great. And a little slammered. But pretty great. Thank you for sticking around this far. Day number 8, December 8th, 2020. Getting ready to get more whiskey in my body. By this point in time, you've probably already heard. What you're looking at right now is the world's top whiskey taster. And that is 100% true. It's my official title, and that's what you'll call me from now on. And if you don't call me that, then call me something else. But it's my official title. Hope you are all having a wonderful December. I hope that you and your family are warm and healthy, and I hope that you just keep eating turkey and ham every day, leading up until Christmas, when you provide Santa Claus with the best cookies on the planet, and then you celebrate by eating more ham and turkey. And I hope that all of your credit card debt just magically disappears, somehow, some way, because that's what I'm hoping happens to mine. And if it doesn't happen, then I hope it happens. Day number 8. Day number 8. I'm feeling great. Can't be stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. Won't stop, can't stop. When the spinning stops, the nosing starts. And in 3, 2, 1. Pine cones. Caramel pine cones. The heck? Spice. A little spicy. A little spice action. A little spice girl. Little bit of a scary spice. Do I like it? Do I not like it? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. It's like a sugary bird's nest, if that makes any sense. I get like hay and straw and bird's nest, but also sugar and sweetness. Weird, I don't know. There's like a little cinnamon on there. A little bit of cinnamon, like a cinnamon sugared bird's nest. It's got a very fall smell to it. It's like dead trees and leaves. There's a minty characteristic to it. Okay, I smelled mint a little bit, and then I said the word mint, and now I go back to it, and it literally smells like a Scope mouthwash. What the heck? The smell's oddly familiar. Here, smell it. Do you guys get that? Do you get the mouthwashiness on there? Why does it smell like a bird nest covered in mouthwash? Day number 8, down the chimney. Oh, okay. Ooh. Huh. That's weirdly nice. Oh, but wait. Oh, why did I say that? As soon as I said it was weirdly nice, it kind of transformed at the end into something not that great. Dang it. Son of a bee sting. Cherry tobacco flavor, which was really pleasing. And then it kind of dried out towards the end and left me not happy. At first, happy. And then about 100 proof mouthfeel. That's where we're at there, about 100 proof. And then she finished with a weird bit of a drying, kind of like a tree bark, like you had some tree bark in your mouth, but not a tree bark, not like a super delicious tree bark, but like a private brand, like a store brand tree bark. This is more floral than fruit. Let's put it that way. There's a green tea note in here too. A bit of a green tea, a bit of an herbal sensation. Not overly sweet, and I don't necessarily love it. It's not bad. I'm not a doctor, but I am the world's top whiskey taster. I'm going to guess this is 100 proof rye powered bourbon whiskey from okay, oh my gosh. Okay, I've got a guess. I have a guess. I almost went for the envelope without guessing, but I just went through the distilleries. I said, I don't think this is Heaven Hill. I don't think this is Jim Beam. I don't think it's Buffalo Trace. I don't think it's MGP. And then I started going through distilleries in my head, trying to think like what matches what. Lux Row? No, that's Heaven Hill. Old Forester? No, there's no banana notes in there. I don't think this is Brown Foreman. Kind of crosses off the Jack Daniels side of things. I don't think this is George Dickel. I don't think this is Barton. I don't get the Barton banana. I don't get the Barton baked good bananas. I didn't get any of that. Then I started to think harder, and I started thinking smarter, and I was like, what am I missing here? And then it came to me. This must be Four Roses single barrel, because 100 proof, florally, herbally, not my favorite. I bet what I'm drinking tonight is a 100 proof Four Roses single barrel. It's my guess. Result time. Here we go. Four Roses small batch select bourbon, 104 proof. Okay. I didn't grade it. I was gonna give it a B. I got the distillery right and the proof within 4 points, which is all right. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on getting your elf on the shelf totally hammered, and then sending him on his way home through the night sky, and find out if he wound up at the North Pole or Saudi Arabia, because you never know, because he's slammered and trying to fly through the night sky. Which way is north? Who knows when you're slammered? Not me, for sure. Tell me to go north, I will go to bed. Good night.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 9 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar that I am so expertly just guiding us through day by day. My wife was like, can I give you a glitter beard? And I was like, I'm not a Grinch, so absolutely. Turns out, stupid idea. This looks ridiculous. So sorry that you have to, this is bad. Just don't pay attention to it. It is what it is. Is there a little bit of glitter in my beard? Maybe, possibly. Is there a little bit of mess on the floor? Absolutely. Do I have to clean it up? Sure do. Even though it wasn't my idea. Wasn't my idea, but gotta clean it up. That's just my life. Day number 9. America. Inspecting the color. It's like a turn signal mixed with mud. Little bit of a muddy turn signal, you could call it. Let's go in for a glittery nose on day number 9. Glitter. Hairspray. Gotta warm it by the fire. I like to warm my whiskeys by cupping them in my hand to warm them up to a warmer temperature. And then you get more of an aroma off of it, more of a nose. And I mean, that's just the way I feel. But who am I to tell you anything? It's not like I'm the world's top whiskey taster. This reminds me of a young bourbon. Grain forward, off the nose, maybe a craft or funky barrels again. We don't know. We're not sure. It's got a bit of a rubbery nose, you could say. A bit of a rubbery nose. Kind of smells like an eraser, one of the big ones. Not like the pencil erasers, but the big chunk of pink. That when you really make a disaster with your pencil, you whip out the big eraser and you're like, erase that shit in a jiff because it's so big. A little bit of an eraser. Actually, now that I say it, maybe even a little bit of pencil lead. This smells like pencil lead and eraser. Mixed with alcohol. A little bit of alcohol, quite a bit of alcohol. Just before I taste it, maybe a toasted barrel, maybe craft, maybe a young whiskey or a grain forward son of a gun like a wheat whiskey or something possibly. I don't know. What I do know is it's time for a taste. Day number 9, down the chimney. Huh. The heck is that? Wow, this is throwing me for a curvy. This is a curvy. Sweet. Coats the mouth really well. This is weird. This is a strange one. This is really throwing me for a little loop-de-doo. Maybe because of the glitter beard. I don't know. What I do know is that it is enjoyable. I like the taste. I enjoy the palate way more than the nose. The nose was leading me to believe that this was going to be a pooper, but the palate is relatively super. It's pretty good. Come on, Porter. Put your thinking hat on. I'm already wearing it? Son of a bee. What am I going to do now? How will I ever figure it out? Do I need to regroup? Do I need to reassess my life? Do I need to swirl it more? Do I need to swirl it less? Do I need to phone a friend? Or do I need to just suck it up, take a deep breath, put my nose in it, dump it on my tongue, and realize that I am so smart I can figure out anything? When dogs bark, it completely throws me off my game. Matt, do you think this is a bourbon? Probably not. Matt, do you think this is a rye whiskey? Maybe. Matt, do you think this is not a rye whiskey? Maybe. Matt, is this a finished whiskey? I think so, but probably not, because that's just the way it works. Is this really unique and different? Absolutely. This is super strange. What the heck is this? Who does number 2 work for? And by number 2, I mean number 9, because it's day number 9, if you're following along. I think this is around 100 proof. A smaller distillery, probably craft. Weirdly enough, even though this is so unique and different, I have no idea what it is. I'm going to be surprised no matter what. This is really quite enjoyable. My grade on this glass is, it's a B+. It's a B+. It's really good. It's really stinking good. I liked it. What the heck? No kidding. Why is this so different? Boone County small batch bourbon distilled in Indiana? 90.8 proof. I blamed the glitter beard. Stupid idiot glitter beard. Idiot, I'm so dumb. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on stocking your stuffers. That's not right. Keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on stuffing your stockings with just enormous gifts that don't even fit in them. Like remote controlled helicopters that are life size and jumbo jets.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today, tonight, this afternoon, whenever you're watching this, is the 10th day of December. The 10th. That means we are past the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and even the 9th. Today is the 10th. If you notice anything different about me today, you'll notice that I no longer have a glitter beard. The glitter beard was hairspray and glitter, adhered to my face and nose and mouth with hairspray and glitter. That sounds like a pretty badass name for a pirate, by the way. Friggin' glitter beard. Who's it coming? Who's it coming? It's glitter beard. It's friggin' glitter beard. Pretty sweet pirate name, if you ask me. America. Oh, look who's on the tilt-a-whirl. It's your Glencairn. Just tilting and a whirling and a tilt-a-whirling. Not overly dark, not overly light. The legs form pretty quickly and they start to run. Oh, you know, the legs run kind of slow. A little bit of a slow runner. Kind of like me, except for the opposite, because I'm fast like a cheetah. That's a lie. I can't. That's a big time lie. Here we go. Rye whiskey. That's a rye. That is obviously a rye. I mean, an abundance of rye spice. An abundance of rye spice. This isn't a baby rye. This isn't like a 51% rye whiskey. This is a kick your rye in the ass rye whiskey. A sweet spicy dill, which is weird. This is like one of those sweet pickles. It's dilly, it's spicy. Dilly, spicy, little bit of like flaked cinnamon on there. If you made a rye bread pickle and cinnamon sandwich, that's what this smells like. Actually, that's exactly what that smells like. Have I ever had a rye bread pickle and cinnamon sandwich? No. But now I know what one smells like, and that's what this is. Huh. Cheers to all you folks out there, and especially all your folks over there in Minnesota and down the chimney. Wow. That was a big sip. Like, that was a gigantic sip. And that is Willett Rye. That 100% is Willett 4-year rye. Willett ryes have a flavor profile to me, and they're a super atomic fireball. They are the candy atomic fireball. It's not a hot tamale. Let's not go there. It's the atomic fireball that comes in the little plastic wrapper that you open and you pop in your mouth, and you try not to chew it, because if you chew it, you're going to lose at least 6 teeth. So you got to suck on it, and it's got to developly. That's a word. It's got to like develop in your mouth and like melt away a little bit, and you don't dare bite it. You don't do it. But Willett Rye, 4-year Willett Rye. 4-year Willett Rye to me tastes just like an atomic fireball, with a little bit of dilliness and a little bit of silliness. It's like a super soaked cherry atomic fireball dill pickle chip, but just a sprinkle of dill pickle chip, not a gigantic bag of them, just a sprinkle. All it took me was a sip. That's all it took me, because it's my favorite rye whiskey. It is. I love Willett Rye. I freaking love Willett Rye. 110 proof, 4-year Willett Rye is my guess here. This is a good one. I've had some really good Willett Ryes and some stinkers, but this one is probably like some Boss Hog or some shit. I'm probably totally off. Oh man. When I get confident, I get a little bit insecure because I don't want to look like a big fat idiot because I already look big and fat. So, third strike, you're out. All right? Oh yeah. Oh boy. Well, wait. I'm trying to second guess myself here. Oh, wait, no. It went like cinnamon, and then it turned kind of grapey for a second. Kind of like a grape candy, like a grape Jolly Rancher. That's so good. There's a little sour apple Jolly Rancher in there too. That's a really good pour. And I'm slightly not as confident anymore. Oh boy. Day number 10. Willett Fine Estates 4-year rye. 126 proof? Yeah, it's Willett Family Estates. What the heck? That's why it was so good. I've never had a Willett that high proof ever. Ever. But it was pretty proofy. So did I nail it? Did I nail it? Like, this one is a phenomenal one. How old is this? Like, when did you get this bottle? Because it's 126 proof. 120, I've never seen that before. I've seen like 101 to like 100 and maybe like 114, 115. That does it for day number 10. I look like a genius. I look like my middle name is, what's that astronomer's name? I don't remember. He's on Joe Rogan. No boy. Neil Patrick Harris? Is that right? I think so. The astronomer guy. Neil. Why doesn't that sound right? He was on Joe Rogan. The smart guy. That's what my middle name is. I'm super smart. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. I think that's it. You know, the guy who talks about space and math and stuff. Super smart guy.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 11 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. And in this stocking, and by slocking I mean stocking, is today's pour. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, lucky me. There it is, right at the top. America. This whiskey is rather light colored. Pretty light. This is not an old whiskey. This whiskey is probably pretty young. Just saying. Just gonna go ahead and say it. This looks like a pretty young whiskey. The only thing that spins faster than a whiskey glass in my household is the toilet paper roll. When one of the girls is done on the potty, you can hear it from across the house, maybe even from outside in the garage. Just the toilet paper just spinning off the roll. That's how I like to spin my whiskey. Like I want to get every single ply off of that cardboard roll. Comes to a stop. It settles. We look at the legs forming quickly, running quickly. Now I'm going to put my nose in it. And I'm expecting young notes to come jumping out of this glass. Wait a minute. That doesn't smell bad. This smells so familiar. Why does that smell so familiar? Do you know the Icy Hot Patch? You put the Icy Hot Patch on your back. There's like a minty fragrance that comes off of those. To typically when there's this much mint on something, this much like effervescence, medicinal friggin' muscle rub smell coming off of there. It kind of smells like a Noxie pad. Remember those? You take them out of the thing and then you put them on your face and it's supposed to get pimples to go away. Kind of like that, like Noxzema or some shit. I don't know. But I kind of like it. This might be like a high rye young bourbon or a low rye whiskey. A little bit of like pine needles, a little bit of woodsy smell to it, like you are running through the woods trying to get away from your childhood bully who will give you the biggest purple nurple if he catches you, and you're just hitting pine branches as you're running so fast for you, but pretty slow for the rest of the world. But you're just running and pine trees hitting you in the face. That's what this smells like. Did you avoid the purple nurple? No. You didn't. But that's okay. You'll grow up to be okay. There's a little bit of cola on here, like an RC cola. It's not a Coca-Cola. It's like a flat, it's like a flat Coke. Flat Coca-Cola. That is almost non-existent. The palate, you drink it, it's low proof. It's definitely low proof. In the 90s, probably. You're getting sweet rye whiskey that goes away pretty quickly on the palate and is pretty underwhelming. It's not something that is going to offend anybody. It's pleasant. It's a pleasant whiskey. There's herbal notes in here, like green tea. Lots of green tea. Like green tea and Splenda, for sure. Mixed with a pretty large amount of alcohol. Definitely what's happening here. I'm going to say like a $30 rye. A $30 rye whiskey. It's got to be what this is. It's not offensive at all. I don't have any clue. I don't even know if I've drank this before. Probably have. Probably have had this 1,000 times. Could be anything. It literally could be anything. A whiskey like this is hard to grade because it doesn't do anything overly well. It's just kind of a mid. I mean, it's a C. It's a C. There's other whiskey that's way, way better. So C+. C+ for whatever this is. Day number 11. Day number 11. Get out of here. What the heck? I think I was wrong. Okay. This is Blom Brothers Nodder Bourbon, batch 8, aged 3+ years, distilled in Indiana. It's 90 proof. I know that some of the Nodder bourbons from Blom Brothers are phenomenal, like so good. But I think that those are cask strength and aged more than 3 years. So this is a Nodder bourbon that not only did I know didn't exist, but it actually exists. Huh. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on just finding out what time Santa Claus is going to be at the mall, and then bringing your kids there, and then having them sit on his lap from 6 feet away, and whispering things through 6 duct-taped together wrapping paper rolls into his ear about what they want for Christmas from 6 feet away, and him whispering back, but through HEPA filters because of pandemic and sickness And you don't want your kids to get it, especially from Santa Claus, because that might scar them for life.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today, the 12th of December, marks the 12th day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. And it is roughly halfway through. I'm not sure if there's a day 25 or not. I haven't looked. There might be. So this is either 50% of the way through or less than that. And if you're sick of looking at my stupid idiot face, don't blame you. Super sorry. I didn't realize how much of me there would be. I knew how much me there would be, but I thought that it would be acceptable. But come to find out, after 11 days of me, I'm sick of me. I hate my face. I keep telling myself to shut up. When I see my face in the mirror, I just go, idiot. America. Boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Day number 12. Oh, looking at day number 12, it appears to be geez Louise. Just looking at the color of it, if this is a bourbon, it's gotta be between, 4 and 6 years old probably. The color on it, not dark. It didn't spend a ton of time in New American Oak. It spent less than a ton of time. Let's go in for the old smell test. Here we go. Ooh, that smells nice. That's like a pumpkin pie crust, but the pie isn't pumpkin, but it's almost pumpkin. So there's like some pumpkin pie spice, like cinnamon and nutmeg. Oh man, that does smell like a pie crust. I'm so sorry. Do you smell it? Smell that. Smell it. I said smell it. Don't look at me like I'm an idiot. Put your nose to the screen and take a smell. Yeah, that's what I thought. Pie crust all day. Pie crust all day. And twice on Friday. Because today's Friday the 12th. Unless my days are wrong. In which case, it's not Friday the 12th. Saturday the 12th. A little bit of black cherry. Black cherry. Pie crust. Nutmeg, cinnamon. Glorious. This is a nice nose. You know what though? I've smelled this before. I've definitely smelled this before. Or something similar. Some like caramelized sugar. Some caramelized sugars on there. Along with the spice in the crust. Yeah, the nose on this is phenomenal. There are some young notes that are hiding behind the baked goodness of the nose, but they're not off-putting at all. Huh. Yeah. What the heck? Wow. That. Wow. Okay. I liked the nose quite a bit. I did. I liked the nose quite a bit. The palate. The palate tastes... Man, oh jeez. I wish I would have stopped with the nose. Son of a bitch. I swallow and then I wait. And I analyze. And I do a deep dive on what's happening. What's happening with this whiskey. And I'm just calculating and calculating. And then my calculators are going berserk. Because it's not adding up right. The nose was good, but the palate is not. The palate at first, very first thing, was nuttiness. And I don't mind nuttiness, I don't. And then it kind of got soury. It was like nutty and then sour. And I don't know why. Why was it so sour? I gotta taste it again. No. That is not my favorite. That is not my favorite at all. Why does it... It kind of reminds me of a proofed down version of day one. There's nuttiness. There's definite, 100% definite sawmill. Like you're in the peanut factory. And they are like also like renovating. And then the remnants from the renovation is getting mixed in with the nuts. And then they turn it into a nutty woody kind of a trail mix that's just not good. And then they go out of business because why would you release that, idiots? Stupid idiots. There's no way that anybody would ever eat that. So why would anybody ever drink that? I don't know. It's like nutty and then sawdusty, drying, sour, and then lingery, icky. And then kind of just goes away like, ugh. I don't think it's Heaven Hill, though. Huh. I don't know. No. I will not drink it near my car. I will not drink it in a bar. I will not drink it with my spouse. I will not drink it with a mouse. I will not drink it with my friends. I will not drink it in the end. I will not drink this, Sam I Am. And day one just got lucky because day one is not my least favorite pour of the calendar. Day number 12 takes the cake. And by the cake, I mean a big shit because I don't like it. I'm so sorry. Do not like it. And I'm so sorry. I know that I feel bad because it's in the calendar and they whatever. Guess what? Not a huge fan. The letter grade for day number 12 is a D. That stands for dang. I wish it were better. No. Smooth Ambler Old Scout Straight Bourbon? 99 proof. That's MGP. That's not MGP. No way. No way. This says Smooth Ambler Old Scout Bourbon. 99 proof, distilled in Indiana, which means MGP. I've never had MGP taste like that. Ever. Question. Yes, Mr. Porter? Yeah. I'm going to need you to check this bottle. Are you sure that this isn't Dickel? Are you sure that's not distilled in Tennessee? You need to look at the back. That might be that. If that's MGP, then what the hell? You say it's distilled in Indiana, but I know that there was a time that Smooth Ambler Old Scout was distilled in Tennessee. And will you please look at that bottle and tell me that this is actually Indiana and not Tennessee? Because this doesn't taste like MGP. This tastes like not what I like, and I like MGP. My name is Matt. This was ADHD Whiskey. And presents are presents. They should be happy they even got them. All right? They were naughty. They've been naughty all year. Friggin' naughty kids. With attitudes. Attitudes and bad grammar. And bad other stuff. Hygiene. Bad hygiene. It's my fault.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 13 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar, which also means it's December 13th, which means no matter what, we're halfway through this, at least. In the beautiful green stocking is a pour of whiskey. Is this whiskey or is it poison? We won't know for another few minutes. But if I die drinking this, then I recommend you don't drink it. For safety purposes. America, nailed it. Just friggin' nailed it. The color on this is beautiful. This is a Mobile 1 synthetic. Right out of the jug, not in the crank case yet. Just a gorgeous color. It's got some age on it. How much age? We don't know yet. There is citrus notes. Citrus notes mixed with oak. And at first I thought it was an orange peel, which there is some orange peel here. But then there's also lemon pledge, like the dusting stuff, these and you wipe it. Lemon pledge, oak, orange peel, little milk chocolate. There's a little bit of age on here. There's a little hint of char on it. A little hint of char, but the char is like it's a sweet, there's a sweetness to it, which is interesting and neat and nice. Have I smelled this before? I don't know. This might be like an aged and proofy bugger. I'm guessing by the nose this might be high proof. Might be cask strength maybe. There's a floral aspect to it. It's citrusy, citrus and floral, for sure. It's gotta be a bourbon. It's gotta be a barrel strength bourbon. Like around 10 years old maybe? Around 10 years? What the heck is that? I like it a lot. I do. It's thrown me for a little bit of a loop because it's familiar, but I don't know why. Day 13. Day 13's a good one. Day 13's enjoyable. Like the taste is like caramels and traditional bourbon. It's very sweet. It's good. It's really good. There's a little bit of like a cookie, like a sugar cookie there. A little bit of a sugar cookie on the palate too. Cinnamon and caramels and just sweet. Like even a little bit of molasses. Not heavy molasses, but a little bit. Man, what the heck? I don't know. I don't know what this is. My brain is going so fast. Which isn't actually that fast, but it's fast for my brain, and I'm wondering what the heck this is. I'm struggling on the grade between a B+ and an A-. I like it a lot though. I really do. I was gonna say 1792 full proof, but I don't think that's what this is. I don't think I've had this before. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. What the heck? I do not know. I do not know. Weller Full Proof. Okay. No kidding. Thank you so much for including this in the calendar. Holy crap. Weller Full Proof Park Ridge Country Club Single Barrel. 114 proof. It drank a little bit warmer than 114, I think. But it is really, it was really good. It was good. So good. Super awesome sample. Super cool bottle. Thank you so much for putting that in there. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on... Oh boy, I don't know. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on writing your Christmas list early, and then keeping track of it, and then adding to it when there's more to add. That way you're not like overwhelmed on Christmas Eve writing your Christmas list to Santa, wondering whether or not you forgot anything. So I recommend starting in like March and then just keep it going. Is it 17 pages long? Maybe. But then again, it's better to be concise than to forget about half of, the bourbons you wanted because you were in a rush and you procrastinated.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 14 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. It's also the 14th of December. It's easy to remember because you just take the day of the calendar, multiply it by 1, and you get the day of the month of December. Super easy to figure out. Even I nailed it. Day 14, America. Super fancy Glencairn sent to me by Damon and Dan of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite. Look at that. It's got my logo expertly etched into it. And it says world's top whiskey taster. That's me. That's me. Now, down to business. Now, I don't know about you jokers, but I sometimes, usually a lot of times, prefer to put a challenge coin or some sort of manhole cover on top of my whiskey just to get the aromas just buried in there. Have you ever been on a stinky bus and the bus doors just stay shut and the windows don't open, and then you got a bunch of stinky people, and then the aroma in the bus just keeps filling up and adding up, and it keeps adding up and filling up. And then there's just that one creepy guy who is waiting at the bus stop, and he's like running to the bus even before it stops, and the bus driver's like, "Whoa, don't come running at a moving bus. You wait till I stop and open the doors, idiot." And the guy's like, I can't help it. All I'm waiting for is the bus door to open, because he's weird. He's kind of weird. He's like, I'm just waiting for the bus door to open because I like to get the first smell, the first cracked smell of all the odors that have been trapped in the bus. And you're like, are you the most disgusting person? And he's like, no, man, it's just a smell I dig, and it just works best if the doors have been shut for a long time. That's basically what this is. This is the doors being shut on the bus and all the stinky people stinking it up. And I'm the creepy guy at the corner, and then the doors open. Cornbread. With butter. Oh, nice butter. I'd say a grass-fed, unsalted Kerrygold butter. Anyway, the nose on this is not super strong. I would say the nose on this is less than super strong. The color, pretty light too. Pretty light. I would say it's pretty light. Oh, wait. There's a little bit of peanut butter cookie. It's not peanut butter. It's peanut butter cookie. And look at the legs running. The legs are running like they're being chased by a badger or a wolverine. Possibly Heaven Hill. Possibly a Heaven Hill nose. Maybe a Jim Beam nose. How did I get a hair in it? Oh, idiot. Yep, it's definitely on the inside. Stupid idiot. Wait a minute. Way to go, Porter. Oh, here we go down the chimney. Huh. Oh. Wow. Okay. We are right back on the nut track, if you know what I mean. I think I got the hair in my mouth that time too. We are right back into the nutty zone. The nutty district of nuttiness, wow. Brown sugar, honey roasted peanuts, a natural peanut butter that you spread on top of peanut shells and ate. I don't think this is my jam, Matt Man. I think it's not my favorite. It's very nutty. Peanuts, peanut shells, natural peanut butter that you left the lid off of for a few days. Little bit of brown sugar, little bit of pepper, not a lot of complexity. It's not changing gears or like, it's not going on any curvy roads. It's kind of like a one-note wonder that I'm not a huge fan of that one note. So its viscosity leaves something to be desired. It's not quite as oily as I would like. And the finish is not wonderful either. Finish is pretty drying, pretty much like paper and peanuts. If you drew a peanut on a piece of paper, it might be what that tastes like. This has got to be like a bottled and bond Heaven Hill product, or like maybe 100 proof Jim Beam product, like Old Tub, or like Jim Beam Distiller's Cut, or like Heaven Hill bottled and bond. All I know is not a huge fan, not a giant fan. Coming off the Weller Foolproof yesterday, this one is a little bit of a reality check. Not every bourbon's going to be up to that caliber. I'm going to say it's a C. This pour, for me, gets the letter grade of a C, for sure. Old Tub, friggin' called it. Didn't necessarily call it, but it was in one of my guesses. 100 proof Jim Beam Old Tub bottle and bond. My name is Matt. This was ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on buying the candy canes that don't suck, because they make ones that suck that are just like the mint ones that are like, why would you buy those ones? And then they make the ones that are really good, and they're like fruity and chocolatey, and they also have different colors than your old stupid idiot pink and white ones, and they're like green and brown and red, and they're like really fancy. And then you can actually, after you take them off the Christmas tree, that which from they were hung or something, you can unwrap them and crunch them and munch them and love them and enjoy them, because they're the best. And that's all I have to say about candy canes. Except for they suck when they break. Because who wants a broken candy cane? Not me. Fragile pieces of...
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today, the 15th of December. It's the 15th day as we march our gigantic asses, or mine anyway, through December. So let's get to it. For sure, let's do it. Day 15. Go up there and caught it because I'm a genius and super coordinated and smart. And we open it like America. Today, we're going to try the swirl. We're going to swirl it. We're going to swirl the mother out of it. Just swirl it. And then we're going to cap it. And we wait. We wait for... Geez, we wait for so long. You might want to go make a sandwich. For me and you. And then come back. And by the time you come back, I will have thought about taking this off and smelling it. But not before the sandwiches. Now's a good time for me to tell you to hit the thumbs up. Please do that. Hit the subscribe button, because if you aren't subscribed already, then that makes me so furious. And by furious, I mean sad. But furious sounds better because it doesn't make me look so pathetic. But it does make me cry every time one of you watches one of these videos and doesn't hit subscribe. It really hurts a fat guy's feelings when you just don't even care. And you just stroll right by, not subscribing, not giving me the courtesy, not giving me the sympathy poke of subscription. Just poke it. Just poke poke subscribe out of sympathy. It makes me feel better. I like it. Everybody deserves a good sympathy poke. Day number 15. That what? Smell like steak or something right away? Wow, okay. I took the cap off of it and it was like super savory. What the heck was that all about? Like some sort of cherry pit barbecue. This might be... Okay, I'm smelling it more. Smelling it more. Calculating. 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 A nice hardwood floor color. I wouldn't mind hardwood floors in this color for sure. But, oh boy, what the heck? I gotta really put my nose all the way in it. There is some red apple. Red apple and cinnamon. Red apple and cinnamon. Also like a sour green apple Jolly Rancher. This nose is perplexing. Which is a fancy word for don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Caramel. Oh yeah, there's definite caramel apple here too. There's all sorts of apple up in this bitch. There is caramel apple, sour green apple. What was the other one I said? The first one. Red apple. So there's like all sorts of apples. It's like an apple party in this glass and everybody was invited. Every apple. Hey, Red Delicious or whatever. You're invited. Hey, Granny Smith, let's go. Yellow Ferdinand, come on. Green Jolly Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt apple. Let's bring it in. Every apple. Get in this glass and shake your ass. But mostly caramel apple. That is, I refuse to use the word smooth when giving notes about whiskey. I won't do it. I will not ever say that a whiskey is smooth. I won't do it because it's a cop-out, right? Am I right? Like no whiskey reviewer, let alone the top whiskey taster on the friggin' planet, is gonna just say that something is smooth. But if I ever were to do that, if I were to ever stoop to that level, which I won't, today would be the day that I would do it, but I won't. Because damn, that's smooth. I can't really, it just went down. I just swallowed it. It was waiting for things to happen. Was waiting so hard for things to happen. Back to the nose, we're getting maybe some oak on there. Maybe a little oak. Maybe a little cherry and oak. Lots of apple though. Wow, it's like a sweet slip and slide right down your throat. It's not a lot of anything. There's a hint of spice. It's pretty sweet. There's a hint of oak. So there's a little bit of barrel influence. But it's really watered down to the point of not being aggressive in any kind of way. It's not oily. It's a finish she gone. It doesn't finish really strong. It is probably the easiest bourbon I've ever drank. I once was sent a Buffalo Trace store pick that was like, it wasn't a single barrel, it was called like a single batch or something like that. It was like a store batch or like a single batch, and it was so crushable, so drinkable. Uncle Buck, if you're watching, this reminds me of the Buffalo Trace bottle you sent me that tasted kind of like Kool-Aid that you could just drink all day. Like a good beach whiskey. That's what this is. But what the heck? Is this a Buffalo Trace product? That's kind of where I'm leaning. If I'm a guessing man, the way that this is going down, this has got to be like a 90 proof bourbon. It's not aged that long. I almost said Eagle Rare, but I don't think it's got that much oak on it. This might be like a Buffalo Trace, or what am I forgetting? Could be a Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace could be, this could be like Elmer T. Lee or Blanton's. This could be Blanton's. I have a feeling this is like a Buffalo Trace product of some kind. That might not even be 90 proof. I wonder if this is Hancock's. Like Hancock's Reserve. Or I'm really dead off. I could be totally wrong. The flavor profile is actually pretty nice, even though it's lacking. There's nothing off-putting about it. It's kind of nice. It's a B-. B- for day 15, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Here we are, day 15. This bourbon today is Blanton's. That's what Blanton's tastes like blind. 93 proof, barrel 341, Rick 51. Date, March 5th, 2020. Stopper letter L, in case you were wondering. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on labeling the warehouse that the horse bottle comes from, warehouse H, like they do over at Buffalo Trace. Because no matter how slammered your employees get, they will always remember that warehouse H is where the horsies come from. If they can't remember that, then they get fired. That's why I no longer work there.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. It is the 16th of December, which means it is the 16th day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. If you are watching this video and have yet to subscribe to this channel, consider yourself permanently etched on the naughty list. You naughty person. Hit subscribe. You'll be on the nice list for the rest of your life. Hit the thumbs up. You'll get the PS5 you asked for. Leave a comment below telling me how good I look in red. And you will be driving away in a brand new 1988 Hyundai Accent. Day 16. America. Boop, boop. Ho, ho. Oh, arms and nights, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Color, dark. 10 years, possibly. 12 years, could be. Jeez Louise, could be a 10 or 12. All I know is I want to put my nose in it so bad. Super familiar. That's oaky. That is... What? Wow. Yes, this reminds me of something I've smelled before and loved. This is nice. Alright. Day 16 is super sweet. Friggin' sweet 16. When you were little, did you ever have dreams of just hanging out inside of a hollowed out tree trunk? Like Winnie the Pooh? Yeah, that's what this smells like. The nose is a super charred oaky wooden roller coaster of goodness and cotton candy. Cotton candy, oak, like a cherry cotton candy. Little bit of bubblegum, cola, oak, bubblegum, cotton candy on the nose. Oh my God. What? What the hell is this? What the heck is that? What? That wooden roller coaster is extreme. It banks left. It banks right. It goes up, then it goes back down. And then it just keeps going. It's like the guy didn't stop the roller coaster. It just keeps going and going. When the roller coaster finally comes to a stop, you just sit there and admire it. And you're like, that is delicious. It is an A+. I took one sip into this son of a bitch, and it's an A+. It's oaky, it's cherry, it's strawberry, like fake strawberry, like the good kind. It's complex, it's way more mouth coating than you would ever expect. The finish lasts forever, and it is tremendous. Day 16 is the best day ever. Oh my, so good. Back down the hatch. What on friggin' earth? Porter, are you in love with this pour? Yes, sir, I am. And ma'am, if I can get my hands on one of these bottles and I don't have it, I must have it. I must have one of these. I must have it. I like this so much that if I were to guess what this is, I'd look stupid if I were wrong, because it's that good to me today. And I love it. I love it. I love it so hard. I would marry it if it were marryable. And if it's not an option, I will write the letter to the courts requesting some sort of temporary change to the law where I can marry this whiskey. Because this bourbon is tremendous. It's out of this world. It's ridiculously good. I am going to save this much of it because I want to know what it is before I finish the last sip. I wonder if this is like, geez, I don't even want to guess. I can't guess. Today's pour is... No kidding. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Wow. I did not see that coming. This is a Four Roses single barrel, Andy's store pick, OBSQ, 10-year, 7-month. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Love, love, love. Lovely, love, love. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on memorizing every reindeer's name. Because when there's a song that recites every reindeer's name, you will look like an idiot if you goof it up in front of your children. There's Dancer and Prancer and Donner and Blitzen, Schlammer and Schlommer and that's not right. That's not right at all. There's Dasher and Donner and...
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 17 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. I'm expected by my wife to have 50,000 subscribers by the end of the week. And it's not looking too good. So help a brother out and subscribe. If I don't hit 50,000, she said that she will bury me in someone's backyard. And I don't know how she plans to do it, but I believe that she will do it. She's a woman with her ways. America. Color. Relatively dark color. My 3-year-old said, "Daddy, what's your favorite color?" And I said, bourbon? And she was like, 4-year or 12-year. And I was like, I'm raising you well. Going in for a nose on day number 17. What the heck? Porter? Flashback? Friggin' flashback? This is reminding me of day 16 a little bit. But the oak bomb. But they're okay. Buffalo Trace. This is a Buffalo Trace nose. This is a Buffalo Trace nose, or my middle name isn't Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Vanilla extract and like a maraschino cherry with some super sweet, enjoyable oak. It's like it's like vanilla, a dab of honey, maraschino cherry, sweet oak, definitely some caramelized brown sugar. This is a fantastic nose, a wonderful nose. Definitely 100% reminds me of a Buffalo Trace product. Let's hope day 17 tastes as good as it smells, because the nose is a home run. Here we go. Stagg Jr. Wow. That is Stagg Jr. Or my middle name isn't Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's Stagg Jr. That is Stagg Jr. I'm going to look like an idiot when I'm wrong. Okay, the palate was sweet oak and cherry goodness. It was like, I think this is like one of the first whiskeys in this calendar that we're getting into like some darker notes here, like a little bit of dates, a little bit of like prunes. There's like a little bit of, not leather, like tobacco. There's a little tobacco on here, a little bit of tobacco. Really phenomenal. This is phenomenal, and I do think it's a Stagg Jr. off of the first taste. I don't think this is a Stagg Jr. anymore. This isn't high enough of a proof. This is a well-oiled machine. It coats the mouth with just the right viscosity. The finish keeps going and going and going. After the second sip, I started to second guess myself, saying that's not a Stagg Jr. What the heck else is like Buffalo Trace that's under 120 proof? Oh shit. Wonder if this is like Blanton straight from the barrel, or Blanton's Gold. It could be one of them. Day 17 is a remarkable pour. Day 17 is so damn good. I love it. Day 17 is an A. Day 17 receives the score of an A. The only thing that has me thinking it's not a Stagg Jr., other than it might be lower proof than that, the color is kind of light, which is weird. It's not, I don't think I've ever seen a Stagg Jr. that's that light colored. Huh. Day 17. I don't know if I've ever been more accurate in anything I've ever said in my life. This is called Eagle Rare. It's a 50% blend between Eagle Rare and Stagg Jr. Batch 13. Comes in at 109.2 proof. This stupid idiot blend got an A. because it's really freaking good. My name is Matt, this is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on finding an old JCPenney's catalog that's this thick, like 17 inches thick, and you go through it, and you circle all the things you want for Christmas, and then you give it to your mom. She has to go through 30,000 pages to realize that you circled things that they can't afford and that you'll never get, even though you wanted it so bad. Friggin' JCPenney. What a catalog. The good old days. The good old days of JCPenney.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 18 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. We are 18 days deep, and you know what that means. It's been 18. I don't know. The next 7 days are going to be pretty brutal because I got nothing left. No more funnies in me. From here on out, I'm basically a tasting machine, and you're going to have to deal with it. All the beeps and boops, all the software problems that you would encounter with the machine, it's what you're going to run into. The pours have been getting so good, so I'm expecting today to be a step in the direction of not as good. But I do know that so far, 17 days and no poison, so they must not be that crazy. Unless, of course, I just jinxed myself and this is poison. In which case, I've been microdosing myself with poison for decades, just to build up my tolerance for such a day. I think I stole that from The Office. Will it be nice or will it be mean? Let's find out on day 18. America. America, how sweet the sound. Am I from Minnesota? No. Have I ever been there? A couple of times. And what did I think about it? It's kind of like Michigan, except for smaller lakes. My people in Minnesota, I've got 2 words for you that I believe will increase your chances of you loving me forever. And those 2 words are Kirby Puckett. The legs run so slow down this voluptuous shaped glass. Now they're picking up speed as they get heavier towards the bottom of the bulb. Chickadee chicky haw hee haw is Dominic the donkey. Chickadee chicky haw hee haw, Italian Christmas donkey. The nose is fairly light, but like the other things I thought were Buffalo Trace, there is sweet oak, sweet cherries, vanilla extract, a little bit of like what do you call it? Like a frosting, a little bit of white cake and frosting, like a buttercream. And now that I say that, the nose is light. The nose starts to fade. The nose fades away. The nose fades away like Kobe from a defender, and then just knocks it down, one after another. This is either Buffalo Trace or MGP. At first I was leaning Buffalo Trace, and then I started leaning more MGP, because I'm picking up more red licorice off of it. Red licorice is a telltale MGP sign to me. Yes. There is like a little bit of chili pepper, and chili pepper, red licorice. There's a little bit of floral note on there, but the chili pepper is kind of kicked up. The red licorice is definitely there, for sure. Then of course there's the vanilla and the caramel. See, this is weird because Sometimes the nose comes off light, and then it's really proofy and you don't expect it, but I'm expecting it. Typically on a nose like this, I'm expecting to not be overwhelmed with proof, but that's where it tricks you. That's what it does, is it smells a little bit light on the nose, and then it kicks down your front door like the SWAT team, and it's like, ah, Mr. Porter, and I'm like, I didn't know that, I wasn't expecting you, and they're like, that's the point. Whoa. Wow. That is good and also different and unique. Pretty sure that's a bourbon. What the heck? Immediately trying to gauge the proof. The proof comes on strong. It's like 115 proof. Roughly 115 proof. And it's the age on it, not young, but not old. Right in that maybe 8-year range. The front of the palate is sweet. And then as it goes to the back of the palate dries out a little bit and isn't sweet. It's not very sweet at all. It's kind of like, this is what I picture in my head. I picture this in my head. You take a maraschino cherry out of the jar, and then you are like, that so sweet on the front of the palate. The back of the palate is like Phoenix, Arizona in August, like a blacktop driveway, and you just set the cherry there, and it's like you're expecting it to be sweet, but it's like it used to be sweet, and now it's just dry and 115 proof because it's so hot. I did like it. I didn't love it. It didn't make me jump out of my chair. That'd take a lot because I'm gigantic. Let's investigate further. I'm mad because I don't know what that is. What on earth? This one is confusing me a lot. At first I thought this was some sort of MGP. It's the palate turns floral towards the end. It's not like a fruit, but it's like the plant that a fruit were to grow on, like a blueberry bush. If I had a few ounces of this, I could really sip this for a while and try to pick it apart and dissect it, and maybe I'd have a better chance of figuring this one out. But this one is confusing a little bit. Pretty sure it's a bourbon, and then part of my brain is saying that it's wheated, but then the other part of my brain is like, you're so stupid. There's no wheated funk there. The majority of the impact is on the front of my palate, which typically indicates a wheated bourbon, but there is some on the back, but it lacks the wheat funk that I get from most wheated bourbons. So strange. This is me going out on a limb and willing to look stupid. I think this is MGP. It smells and tastes familiar. It's in the 105 to 115 proof range to me. The age between 6 to 8 years, I believe. I'm guessing here. This to me tastes like a Bellmead Reserve. Like a Bellmead, there used to be a cask strength reserve, now it's just the reserve. This reminds me of a Bellmead Reserve. The proof fits, the MGP fits, the age I think fits. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably way off on that, but that's kind of what this reminds me of anyway. This is a September porch swing pour. We're just on the porch swing, just swirling it. This is Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. MGP 113.7 proof. So cool. My name is Matt, and this was ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on telling your children Santa Claus will not come if you act bad. And then tell them that every 10 minutes from November 15th all the way until December 25th at like 3 o'clock in the morning when they finally pass out. And then them waking up to all the glorious presents they ever wanted and imagined. And all the credit card debt you never wanted or imagined. And they're like, I thought Santa wasn't going to come this year because that was so bad. And you're like, that was the threat, wasn't it? And they're like, this is very good for us to know. Because next year's going to suck for you.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is day number 19 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. That means after today, there's only 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. There's only 6 days left after today. Let's see if I can keep this smartness going, or if I'm going to show my true colors of being a blabbering, blithering idiot. America. Day 19 swirls like it's not a day over 18. It swirls and twirls. It's doing all the fancy stuff you'd expect a whiskey to do inside of a glass that's being manipulated by an expert. That's me, friggin' expert. And we spin it until it's good and dizzy, because a dizzy whiskey is a good whiskey. And if you haven't learned that already, then are you even paying attention? Or do you just need to wake up? Wake up! Out there in Minnesota and everywhere else. I don't know. When the spinning stops, the nosing starts. And that's about to happen right about now. The fudge is that? Young, funky, toasted barrel, small distillery, craft, small barrels. Something's happening here, and I don't know if I like it. It definitely smells young. Definitely getting it. That's kind of what happens when I get a young note like that. I inhale it, then I want to get it out. Like, oh, this whiskey is young and craft, I would imagine. That's where we're at here. Now that I know what I'm dealing with, let me go back in for a more professional nosing. As professional as I can get in a Santa hat and a triple extra large t-shirt with a booby pouch. Mint. Okay, butterscotch chips. A little bit of spearmint, a little bit of menthol, fermented fruit. Things I haven't tried because I know that they're young. This could be Jet the Creed. It could be Pinhook. It could be like MB Roland, or like, I have no idea. It's very grain forward. It's very grassy. I'm so sorry if this is something that you made, but I do not like it. This calendar is basic. This calendar is me. My tasting notes, my likes and dislikes. People out there probably like this, just not me. Day 19. Today's pour is oh shit. Oh boy. There have been some people out there who have claimed that I do commercials for Cat's Eye Distillery and their Optanium Bourbon and their Optanium Light Whiskey I love them so much. Today's pour is brought to you by Cat's Eye Distillery in Bettendorf, Iowa. And I am super sorry because I love those guys. This is a blended whiskey from Cat's Eye Distillery. It's called Distiller's Handshake. This bottle was a collaboration bottle between Blom Brothers, Cat's Eye Distillery, Cedar Ridge Distillery, Mississippi River Distilling, and Templeton Rye. It is 100 proof and aged a minimum of 2 years. I think this bottle made like $10,000 for the service industry when the pandemic started. I learned a little bit about it through Gene over at Cat's Eye. Talk about a really difficult task. There's 1, 2, 3. This is a collaboration of 5 distilleries' products that you're blending into a 100 proof blend. And there's stuff in here that's aged 2 years. So that's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on maybe cheating next time. Just to get me out of situations like this. Because now I feel like a big fat idiot jerk. The jerk.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is the 20th day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. And today is the day where I don't take 6 hours to shoot a 7-minute video. Or is it? It's probably not. It's day 20. That means there's only 5 more days, which you can count on one hand. Unless, of course, you had some sort of bad accident where you're missing some digits, in which case you might need to use the other hand. Or your feet if you don't have another hand because of a different, more severe accident. America. Yes. Spinning it, swirling it, and spinning it. And then we look at it and we determine that it's fairly dark colored. Definitely has some barrel influence. I would say quite a few years of barrel influence. Let's go in for a nose. Well, that's an oaky son of a gun. What the heck is that? There is deep charred oak notes and buttered popcorn. A very strong buttered popcorn note. Buttered popcorn and dark chocolate. Like a saltwater taffy. This is interesting. I don't know if what is in this glass is extra aged or if it's extra Texas. There is some serious oak influences on this whiskey. Oh wow. Heavy tobacco. There's leather, heavy tobacco, little bit of blueberry on there. Little blueberry. This nose is interesting, but overwhelming. There is just an ungodly amount of smell coming off this glass. The nose on this is extra concentrated. Kentucky bourbons to have this much of a concentrated, powerful nose is weird. Part of me thinks this is going to be amazing, and part of me thinks this is going to be not amazing. And I don't know which way to lean. Wow. That was the world's tallest oak water slide. It wasn't a roller coaster. It didn't have lots of ups and downs and twists and turns. It was sweet, cherried charred oak from the tip of the tongue, 200-foot dive down the back of my palate, down the back of my throat. It's really good. Some caramelized brown sugar that lingers in the back. It's got a tobacco-y finish a little bit. It's like a sugared tobacco finish, which is really nice. The front of that had like a strawberry Laffy Taffy. Definitely like a strawberry Laffy Taffy, and then it went into the oak. The front of the palate was much sweeter on the second sip. Then it got into a drying oak on the end. Man, what is that? What on earth? It's not high proof. It's under 100 proof. This is an oak monster from the middle of the woods, just looking for things to swallow up. At first I was thinking like an Elijah Craig 18, but I don't get any of like the nutty profile I get from Heaven Hill. So I'm just like, there's an I.W. Harper 15 year, but I think this is higher proof than that. I think this has got to be like one of the Rhetoric bottles or an Orphan barrel. It's got to be something like that. So good. I'm probably gonna look really dumb from this one too. My grade on this is, it's an A-. It's an A-. It's just not complex enough to give an A. It's an A-. It's an A-. Now let's figure out what's inside of this. Everybody's wondering. The crowd goes silent, waiting for the results. Just waiting. What the hell? Did I pour the right one? 20. This is Widow Jane 10-year bourbon blend, distilled in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. It's 91 proof. Why does that smell so oaky for 10 years? Gonna be totally honest with you. I love that, and I am ridiculously dumb for thinking it was way older than it is. So stupid. You're gonna sit there and tell me that this is 10 years old? Whatever. This is almost over. I'm almost done looking super smart and then looking like an idiot, then looking super smart and looking like an idiot. It's hard. It's hard, okay? It's hard out here. It's hard. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on trying not to be right all the time. Or not expecting to be right all the time. Sometimes you're wrong. But even if you're wrong, hopefully you're still on the nice list. Because being wrong doesn't make you naughty. Being wrong and then getting mad about it and throwing a fit makes you naughty. Therefore, I will be wrong and still be happy. And be happy to show the world how stupid and fat I am. Even though fat has nothing to do with it. Although it could. Because molecules or something.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Tonight is the 21st night of December. Also, the 21st day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. Day 21. America. In there. Wow. That 1 ounce really fills it up. Holy smokes. It looks like a ton of whiskey, but it's only an ounce. Nice. The color of this appears to be that of a flashing warning light on a school bus. You know, the one that they tell you that they're about to turn on the red lights. They're like, choo, 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 and you're approaching it, and then it's like they leave the yellow lights on, they leave their amber lights on, choo, 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 and you're like, are you going to turn the red lights on, or are you going to leave the amber lights on? Because it seems like you're going to leave the amber lights on, and you want me to pass you, because I'm stopped, but still amber lights, and you're just barely rolling, and it feels like it's been forever, and I'm looking at you like, am I supposed to, you want me to go? You're letting me go like a nice person before you hit the red lights? And then the bus driver's like, I don't know. And you're like, I guess that means that since we've been sitting here for like 30 seconds or whatever it feels like, I feel like I'm just going to go because you're letting me go. And then you make the decision to go. And then right when you make the decision to go and you make eye contact with the driver as you pass him, he hits the red lights. And then you get a ticket in the mail for $65,000. It's the color of this right there. Those amber flashing lights on the school bus right there. Whew. That is these little tiny Glencairns, although adorable and just so cute, might not be the best for a nosing monster with a gigantic nose like me. I'm putting my nose there, and it's like how far do I go? Go up to the ledge. That smells nutty, and it smells oaky, kind of like definite caramel, slightly nutty on the nose already, and definite oak. There's a definite oak influence on this, and it looks pretty dark. But who's to say? It's in a tiny little Glencairn, so who knows what the actual color is? Pretty hard to say. Smells familiar. There's a little banana there. You know the cherries that you get this time of year, the holiday cherries you get at the supermarket, and they come in a red box, and they're like 77 cents, and there's like 16 chocolate covered cherries in there, and they're like milk chocolate with a gooey sugary cherry in the middle. If it came in an oak box, that's what this smells like. The nuttiness seems to be fading away and giving way to like a banana bread with maybe a few nuts in it. Maybe an Old Forester nose, maybe a Brown Foreman nose here. Who's to say? Who knows? Let's go for a taste, see what we're working with. It's a warm banana nut bread. Just came out of the oven. So good. And it is a little cornbread there with it. Like you took a spoon and you went digging into the cornbread, digging into the banana nut bread, and you take a bite of both. And then you chase it with just straight whiskey. On the back of the palate on this one, I get a slight red wine finish. I've heard this can be like tannins from the oak. I don't know, but there's some tannin that I get on the back of the palate and on the finish of most Jack Daniel's products and some Old Forester products that I'm getting on this a little bit. This is between like 94 and 100 proof, I think. Maybe closer to 100, hard to say. The finish is the finish is still going. It's warming, it's nice, I enjoy it. There is some oak on here, pretty corn forward. There's an oaky spike mid-palate. The red wine finish I was talking about leaves a little linger of astringency on the finish too. On the back, on the mid-palate. On the mid-palate, there is like a remaining astringent note that sticks around, which isn't necessarily the most awesome thing, but it's still good. Going out on a limb, the tannins or the red wine finish I get, which is slight, but it's there, leads me to believe that it is probably Jack Daniel's. And the proof, like I said, 94 to 100. My guess is Jack Daniel's single barrel. Not the barrel proof, just the regular Jack Daniel's single barrel. That's my guess. Could it be like a heritage barrel? Maybe. Possibly, I don't know. Is it good? I enjoy it. It's good. Is it fantastic? Nah, it's good. Day number 21 is a B+. A B+. Now let's see what the heck we're drinking. 21. Here we go. Jack Daniel's single barrel heritage barrel. That's a great pour. Thank you so much for including that in the calendar. I don't think I've ever had the heritage barrel before. I don't think I have. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on making sure that you're on the nice list, no matter the consequences. You don't want to be on the naughty list. I've been there. It's terrible. It's a bad place to be. If you have to, go help an old lady across the street. Go collect dollars on the corner and then give them to the guy who's standing on the other corner collecting dollars. Do whatever it takes to get on the nice list, because that's where we all want to be. And if you disagree with that, then what, are you some sort of jerk? What the hell's wrong with you? Get over it and be on the nice list. That's all you gotta do, is be nice. Be a decent human being and just smile and be nice. Otherwise, we're gonna fight to the death. And you'll end up killing me, and that'll put you on the naughty list forever, because I'm basically helpless in a fist fight.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is the 22nd day of December, and the 22nd day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. Let's see what I can do with day number 20 friggin' 2. America. Day 22 is a melted alcoholic caramel that you look at and wonder if it's going to be delicious or if it's suspicious and not going to be good. So you just spin it. Dang. This Bourbon Junkies Glencairn swirls this whiskey maybe better than any Glencairn I've ever seen swirl whiskey. Time to investigate. What the mother? We're doing it again. Just this time I won't drop it. I'll actually hold it there so I don't drop it. I'll just hold it. Or can I let my finger go without dropping it? Okay. The color is so light and the nose was so soft that I need to cap it to find out whether or not I can trap some smell in there. I gotta trap the smell. Wonder if I swirl it with the cap on. Oh, that's a new trick. That's a new trick. Friggin', look at that. Suck on that. I have no clue what the nose is. Well, wait a minute. Welch's grape juice. It's very light. And I had to put my nose in it and just huff and puff the opposite way that the big bad wolf did, because he blew the house down. I'm trying to inhale the bourbon up. That bonehead right there on the TV, that Shook guy, the Dan Shook, he once gave me a sample of Rare Perfection. It's like Rare Perfection something. I can't remember like what the years were or anything, but I remember when I tried it, I sent him a text message and I said, dude, I get like really strong. The only thing I could smell on it was Welch's grape juice, but it was berried. But once I locked onto it, I was like, that's what it is. Welch's grape juice and also like green grape at the same time. I completely forgot about that pour until I smelled this. And then I was like, what was that smelled like that? It was rare perfection. Very light on the nose. Very Welch's grape juice. I don't think it's a bourbon. I don't think it's a straight bourbon from the nose. Down the chimney. Weird. I don't think I've ever tasted that before. This is very citrusy. It's lemon zest, it's orange peel, super citrus. Pretty high proof, I think. I don't think that this is a bourbon. I also don't think it's a rye or a scotch or an Irish whiskey. Maybe an Irish whiskey, who knows? This is probably some sort of like blended American whiskey is my guess. Like like a light whiskey or just an American whiskey. It coats the mouth pretty well. There's even like some like tropicalness in there. Like a little pineapple and like a slight bit of coconut. The proof is hard to judge. Maybe between 100 and 110 maybe? Man, this one's got me utterly confused. I don't think it's finished. There's toffee on there too. A little bit of toffee. A B. I give it a B. And it's not bad. It was pretty enjoyable. So let's find out what the heck it is. Let's dig into it. In this case, I'm fairly confident that it's not a bourbon. That it's some sort of American whiskey. Day 22. Oh. Okay. This is Barrell Bourbon. It's bourbon, I think. Barrell Bourbon Batch 14. 9-year, 109 proof. It's distilled in Tennessee and Kentucky. Weird. For a 9-year bourbon, that was different, huh? It says bourbon whiskey on it. I'm so stupid. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. There it is. That's what it is right there. You can see it. Right there. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. And like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on knowing that there's only 22nd, 23rd. There's only 3 sleeps left until Christmas. So you better get your shopping done or look like a total idiot come Christmas morning. And remember, the stores close early this year. They're not open 24 hours. They be shutting them down. Get all your PlayStation 5s. Get all your ginormic trampolines. Get all your 6,500-inch TVs.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today, the 23rd day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. Let's see what's in the green stocking on Christmas Eve. Perfect. Pour. We have our beverage of the evening poured, and we are inspecting. Like an inspector would inspect something he's inspecting. Or she. And we're looking at it, and we're giving it the old once over. We're noticing that there are some particulates particulating inside this drink. There are some floaties in there. A little bit of things floating around in there. Let's take a nosing today, number 23. I think that's a rye whiskey. It is sweet wintergreen, a little bit of pine, a little bit of juicy fruit gum, A little bit. Little banana, a little bit of cinnamon. It smells like one of those apple fritters that's got like it's like a donut. It's a apple cinnamon fritter, like a bear claw they call them. That's what this is. Down the chimney. Cheers, everybody. That's really good. Man, that reminds me of a Willett too. Dilly, cinnamony, peppery, caramelly, sugary, powdered sugar. Powdered sugar. Not table sugar, powdered sugar. What on earth is that on day 23 that's so good and tasty? Also high proof. I'm sipping out of this tiny little Willett Glencairn, which is making me think it's a Willett. But we've already had a Willett in this calendar. There couldn't be another Willett. No way. They would not. They never allow it. Maybe a whistle pig. It's got a little bit of zest, like a little bit of lemon zest. There's a little bit of savory too, like a little bit of, it's got like a barbecue tang to it, for sure. Super interesting. That's like a cinnamon. A friggin' cinnamon. This could be a Willett. This could be a Willett Rye. This could be a High West product, maybe? No. It doesn't really taste like a double rye. Plus it's too high proof. Unless it's a high rye pick. But I don't think this is finished. I don't think it's finished. Confusing. There might be a finish on here. There might be. Maybe that's what's a little bit weird about it. Very good though. It's like a B+. I think this is like a B+ drink. There are some twists and turns here that are a little weird, to be honest. A little strange. I can't put my finger on what it is. But there's like some tannins that are like kind of poking through. I like this. It doesn't taste young and it doesn't taste old. It's kind of like right in the middle range. Probably like like one of those 6 to 8 year ryes. It's prickly. It's spicy. It's cinnamon. It's minty. It's got some tannins on there. Like a little bit of red wine. I don't know. Okay. I have two guesses, and my first guess would be that this is a High West double rye store pick that's finished in some sort of barrel. That's finished in something, I don't know. Second guess would be maybe a whistle pig. This one's strange though. It's got some twists and it's very interesting. It's a B+ for sure. Definitely some black licorice on there that pops through. Definitely some black licorice. Strange. Now let's find out what the heck it is. Ripping out deal. 23 good. Today's pour is... Can't focus. It is a Willett, but it's... Oh shit. Oh my word. Wow. That's a 6-year Willett Bourbon. Willett Family Estates 6-year bourbon. High rye mash bill, 128 proof. Whoa. I've had a couple other samples of Willett Bourbon before that reminded me of Willett Rye. It had the same thing to it. It's got like the same characteristics, the bourbon and the rye. It has the same sort of cinnamony blast. But I basically just pushed Willett out the window because, you know, we've already had Willett in this calendar. Well, guess what? This is a purple top bourbon. Good grief. That does it for day 23. That means that my name is Matt. That means that this is ADHD Whiskey. And like I always say, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, when the shenanigans start, where the magical feeling of Christmas overtakes us. So tonight, get a good night's sleep thinking of stuff that's normal. Like, this year sucks. Nothing's normal. I can't think of a single damn thing. Just go to bed and fall asleep and get a good night's sleep, because tomorrow's Christmas Eve, bitches.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is Christmas Eve, bitches. Time to let the party begin. Is it snowing where you're at? It should be, because it's Christmas Eve. Are you rocking around the Christmas tree, having a jolly old time? Are you doing the Jingle Bell Rock? I am so excited because it is almost time for Christmas. And I love Christmas. I hope you and your family are having a happy, healthy, safe, wonderful, warm, amazing, awesome Christmas Eve. I won't take that long because you don't want to look at this on Christmas Eve. You want to look at your beautiful family and your poodle or your Cocker Spaniel or your Doberman or your Shih Tzu or your Chihuahua or your Chow Chow, your Great Dane or your Golden Retriever or your Labrador Retriever. Or your Dalmatian, or if you're just plain weird, your cat, or cats. Day 24. What are we drinking on Christmas Eve, America? Effects on the glass, icky. It's got some sticky icky on the glass. What the heck? Today's pour on Christmas Eve is dark. Oh, the legs are forming and running. Okay. So, what the heck? What the? Why is this dark whiskey so funky? Oh, I bet you this is Midwinter Nights Dram? A Midwinter Nights Dram, maybe? It is purple, if that makes sense. It's the flavor purple on the nose. This is a barrel finished whiskey, or my middle name isn't Arnold the Rock Schwarzenegger. This is probably a port finish. I would say a port finish, probably. This also smells like an Armagnac a little bit. There is raisins and dates and prunes and like purple grapes. The nose of Armagnac. The nose of Armagnac on what I would imagine is a whiskey. So Armagnac notes kind of translate to me personally into like red wine, like port cask finished bourbons. So you kind of get the same notes on like a port cask finish of like the dark fruits. This is like really raisiny. And that's the funk I got at first. It's raisins. Definite raisins. So judging off the nose, if I go into this and I think it's around 100 proof rye whiskey with a finish, it's got to be Midwinter Nights Dram. Down the chimney. I don't think that's a port. I don't think that's a wine finish. I think that's an Armagnac finish. This is roughly 100 proof. Roughly 100 proof. At first I was thinking port finish, and then I was thinking Armagnac, and then I tasted it, and there's a Bozzolo load of Armagnac on here. Vanilla extract, dates, California raisins, deliciousness. I think that one of the blood oaths is Armagnac finished, I think. Oh, shoot. Cognac. Cognac and Armagnac are very similar. What has a cognac finish? I might be wrong on the Armagnac. This might be cognac. Might be cognac. I don't know. All I know is it's good. It's good. Yeah, I think that the Blood Oath is cognac finish, not Armagnac. Right. Right, for sure. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, this has got to be the cognac finished Blood Oath. It's got to be. I've never tasted it before. But that's what this is a cognac or Armagnac finished whiskey for sure. So that's my guess. That's my guess, even though I've never tried it. Can I tell you what this also could be? This is either like a Blood Oath packed whatever, or it's their own blend of whiskey with Armagnac or cognac. Because I wouldn't put it past them at this point. Let's find out what we're drinking on Christmas Eve while we are wrapping presents and while we're watching the wife wrap presents. If you haven't subscribed yet, you are in deep trouble, and Santa Claus will bring you nothing, and it will be a sad day in Whoville for all the Whos who get nothing because you were so selfish and couldn't hit subscribe to make this gigantic, fat, jolly gentleman happy just by poking subscribe. Just poke it. Just give it a little ho 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 poke. On Christmas Eve, we are drinking. It is. Shit. That's Midwinter Nights Dram. What the heck? That's Act 8, Scene 3. That is a severely port influenced. I totally guessed that on the first nosing and then let it go. I let it slip. That's a Midwinter Nights Dram, which makes sense for Christmas Eve. Super makes sense. Should have put 2 and 2 together. Hey Damon. Yeah, Dan. What's up, dude? I was thinking, what should we make for the Christmas Eve pour on the Advent calendar? Should we make it a Midwinter Nights Dram, or should we make it Blood Oath? Guess which one they picked, friggin' idiot. So stupid, I'm so dumb. I'm gonna go to bed feeling stupid tonight. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on getting to bed early, so that Santa doesn't skip over your house, because he just might. He might fly right past it if he knows that you're awake, because he can tell these things. He knows if you've been naughty or nice. He knows if you're sleeping or awake. He knows everything, for goodness sake, like how much bourbon you drank. And he's a pretty lenient in that category, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Otherwise, the big guy might not give you the surprise you wanted. And that's science. I researched it back in high school and in junior high and elementary. And all of the results came out the same. If I drank too much, Santa wouldn't come. Or if my parents drank too much. Shit. I wonder.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today is the big day. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry friggin' Christmas. When we were little, we just went to bed on Christmas Eve dreaming about all the things that could happen in the morning. Were we gonna get the Sega Genesis? Or the Super Nintendo? Were we gonna get the Tonka toys? Or the Power Wheels? Or the foot pedal powered tractor? What was Santa gonna do for us? Were we going to get a box of bricks instead of a snowboard? We just didn't know. We didn't know. And we would lay in bed awake all night, wondering, was that the sound of Santa? Was that the sound of Santa? Why are Mom and Dad making funny noises in the other room? What is happening on this magical Christmas Eve? Today's different, but it's still Christmas Day. And even if you didn't get much sleep last night, it's alright. Because we have one more whiskey to drink from this flight. This flight of 25 glorious whiskeys sent to me from the Minnesota Whiskey Elite. This is the final day. This is the final pour. This is the last day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. Don't burn the turkey. Overcooked turkey sucks. Christmas pour. Ha! Ho ho ho! Look how fast it goes close up. We bring it back. We bring it back. Bring it back into focus and we smell it. The heck is that? Fairly young, maybe? Not a lot of oak or character coming off of it. Cinnamon apple, a little bit of pear. Oh, pie crust. Like an apple pie crust. Purple grapes, dried cherries, trail mix, like sunflower seeds, salted sunflower seeds, and M&Ms. That kind of trail mix. Down the chimney. Everybody, on the count of 3, say it with me. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is that? There were traditional bourbon notes of the caramels and brown sugars and oak, vanilla, mixed with like non-traditional characteristics of bourbon. Like, what the heck is that? I'm not gonna end this wrong. I'm gonna figure this shit out. There's no nuttiness. No nuttiness. We're cutting out Jim Beam. We're cutting out Heaven Hill. We are eliminating Old Forester. There's not a lot of Brown Foreman happening here. Not a lot of banana-ness. We're eliminating Tennessee whiskey. It's not Dickel, not Jack Daniels. I don't believe this is a Michter's. I don't think this is a Four Roses. It's gentle. It's gentle and velvety. Is this Elmer? Is this Elmer T. Lee? Man, oh man. Are you Elmer T. Lee? Are you Elmer T. Lee? Answer me. Answer me, you 1/10 of an ounce of whiskey. Answer me. Are you Elmer T. Lee? Thanks for watching all 25 days of the Advent Calendar. If you haven't watched all 25, go back and watch them. If you have only watched the Advent Calendar, go back and check out some of my older videos and then keep watching. If you have been watching and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, your turkey will be overcooked, your stuffing will be dry, and your mashed potatoes will have no gravy because it got burnt. Just hit subscribe and avoid all that. Day 25. The pour on day 25 is... Son of a bitch. It's wrong. Early Times Bottled and Bond. Early Times Bottled and Bond 100 proof. My name is Matt, this is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on telling somebody you will do something for 25 days in a row, and then they put trust in you, and you friggin' do it. You nail it. You knock it out of the park. Was it amazing? No, not so much, but it was completed. Sorry if some of it sucked. but we did it. Advent calendar completed.